Welcome back, dear students. In the previous lecture we studied the inflorescence. So inflorescence is the specialized branch on which the flowers has been formed in groups that we called as inflorescence, or inflorescence is the arrangement of flowers on a specialized branch of the plant that we called as the inflorescence. There are two broad types of the inflorescence, racemose and cymose. Okay, now in detail we are going to study the types of inflorescence. There are two main types of inflorescences, racemose and cymose. So the first one is the racemose. It is also called as indeterminate inflorescence because the growth of the peduncle is indefinite and never terminated by a flower. So it is a indeterminate inflorescence where the growth of the peduncle is indefinite and it never terminated by the flower. So such type of inflorescence, that is the racemose, it is also called as indeterminate inflorescence. The flowers are arranged in an acropetal succession. So what is the meaning of this acropetal succession? That is, the oldest flowers are at the base while youngest flowers are at the apex of the peduncle or main axis. Okay, so this is the acropetal succession. Older flowers at the base and younger flower at the apex of the peduncle. So such type of arrangement of flower is in a acropetal succession. Another important characteristic of racemose inflorescence is that it having indeterminate or indefinite growth. So such inflorescence, it is also called as indeterminate inflorescence because the growth of the peduncle is indefinite and never terminated by a flower, and the oldest flower are at the base and younger flower are at the apex. So the growth of the peduncle has been occur continuously. Okay, so in future also the flowers has been formed at the top of the peduncle. So the growth of the peduncle is indeterminate or indefinite. Older flowers are at the base, younger at the apex. So this type of arrangement of the flower is in a acropetal succession. Okay, for example, Brassica crotalaria. The mode of opening of flowers is centripetal. Racemose inflorescence are classified on the basis of nature of main axis or peduncle. Here three characteristics we seen for racemose inflorescence. The inflorescence having indefinite, the growth of the peduncle is indefinite and never terminated by a flower. Second is the flowers are arranged in acropetal succession, means oldest flowers are at the base, younger at the apex of the peduncle. Third thing, the mode of opening of flowers is centripetal, means the flowers present at the periphery opens first, then the flowers present towards the center. Okay, so the opening occurs from periphery towards center. The mode of opening of the flower is centripetal, means the flower present at the periphery opens first, then the flowers present towards the center. So once we see the opening of the flower, it is from periphery towards center. Racemose inflorescences are classified on the basis of nature of main axis, that is the peduncle. There are three criteria. One is the main axis is elongated, main axis is shortened, main axis become flattened, concave or convex. So these are the ways by which the racemose inflorescences has been classified on the basis of nature of main axis or peduncle. That is, main axis is elongated, main axis is shortened, main axis become flattened, concave or convex. So the first one criteria that we consider here for the classification of racemose, that is main axis elongated. The first type is the raceme. There are two types of raceme. Here in raceme type of inflorescence, the older flower are at the base, younger flower at the apex. Okay, this raceme is further divided into two types, simple raceme and compound raceme or panicle. So the first one type, that is the simple raceme. So here the main axis in this case is elongated. So this is the criteria. Here the main axis or peduncle, it is elongated, straight, and it bears many pedicellate. Here the flower having a stalk that we called as a pedicel. So this is the stalk of the flower called as pedicel. If the flower having a stalk or a pedicel, the flower is pedicellate. If the pedicel is absent, if the flower is not having a pedicel, the flower is sessile. But in this case, the flower having pedicel, so the flower is pedicellate flower. Bracteate or ebracteate flower. Here the bract is present. Bract, what is a bract? Bract is a leaf-like structure that has been present at the axil of pedicel and peduncle. So this is the axil on which the bract has been present, or one can say that the bract is present at the base of pedicel. So this is the minute leaf-like structure. It is called as the bract. If the bract is present, then the flower is bracteate. If it is not present or it is absent, the flower is ebracteate. Okay. So the simple raceme has been characterized by the fact that the main axis is elongated, that is the peduncle is elongated. It bears many pedicellate flowers. So these are the pedicellate flowers which may be bracteate or ebracteate. Okay. The second thing is lower flowers have longer pedicels than the upper ones. So these are the lower flowers having a longer pedicel than the upper flowers. So this is the specific arrangement found in the Brassica and Crotalaria. The type of the inflorescence is the raceme type, that is the simple raceme. Okay, the characteristic of the racemose inflorescence is that the flowers present at the base are oldest flower and the younger flowers are present at the apex. Okay, so this same common things has been found in all types of racemose inflorescence. The flowers are arranged in acropetal succession, means the flower, oldest flower are at the base, youngest flowers at the apex. Okay, more thing in the simple raceme is that the flowers are pedicellate. Okay, they are either bracteate or ebracteate. The flowers present at the base having longer pedicel than the flower present at the apex. For example, Brassica, Crotalaria. So in Brassica we can see this. This is the pedicellate flower. The older flower are at the base, younger at the apex. The peduncle or main axis, it is elongated. Similarly in Crotalaria also, this is the pedicellate. The flowers are pedicellate. The peduncle is elongated. Older are at the base, younger at the apex. Okay, so this is the specific arrangement found in the Brassica and Crotalaria. The inflorescence is simple raceme. Okay, now we are going for the second one type of the raceme. It is compound raceme or panicle. Okay, so in this case the main axis of the raceme is branch. So here branching has been seen, so the word used is the compound. If there is no branching, the type is simple. Okay, so main axis of the raceme is branched and develops lateral branches in acropetal succession. So what is the meaning of this acropetal succession? Means older flower are present at the base, younger at the apex. So this is the acropetal succession. The lateral branches bear pedicellate flowers. So these lateral branches also bear the pedicellate flower, means the flower having a stalk which is called as pedicel, or flower having a pedicel, it is pedicellate flower. Okay, so what is the characteristic of this compound raceme? Here the main axis of the raceme is branch. This is the main characteristics. Develop lateral branches in acropetal succession, where the flowers are arranged in such way that older are at the base, younger at the apex. The lateral branches bear pedicellate flower. So this is another one character of compound raceme. For example, Dillonyx, Cassia, Cisalpinia. So the flowers, the inflorescence looking like this. This is the case of Cisalpinia, where the older are at the base, younger at the apex. Here the branching has been seen. Similarly in Dillonyx also, the older are at the base, younger at the apex, and the branching is seen. So this type of inflorescence is a compound raceme. Okay, got it? Next is the next type, spike inflorescence. The main axis is elongated. the flowers are sessile and bracteate. So the difference between raceme and spike is only that the flowers in case of raceme inflorescence are pedicellate, while in spike it is without pedicel, that is the sessile. Okay, so this is the only difference between raceme and spike. The common thing is that main axis is elongated in both. The flowers are arranged in acropetal succession, means older are at the base, younger at the apex. The only difference is that the flowers in raceme they are pedicellate and in spike they are sessile. Okay. Now this spike is divided into two types: simple spike and compound spike, like the raceme type. Okay. Here the main axis is unbranched, bearing sessile flowers in an acropetal succession. So this is the diagram where we can see that the flower is bracteate, the leaf-like structure which is present at the base of the pedicel. Here pedicel is not present, so the flower is sessile. This is the bract. Okay, older flower are at the base, younger at the apex. This is the acropetal succession. The main axis or peduncle, it is elongated, unbranched. So this is the characteristic of simple spike. For example, Polyanthus gladiolus. So here we can see that this is the Polyanthus inflorescence, where older flower, those flower which are open, so we say these are the older flower, older at the base, younger at the apex. The flowers are without pedicel, means the stalk of the flower we call it as pedicel. So pedicel is absent in this case, so the flowers are sessile flower. Okay, the flowers are arranged in acropetal succession. The flowers are without pedicel, that is the sessile flowers. Similar is the case in gladiolus also, older are at the base, younger at the apex. These are the younger flowers. The flowers are without pedicel, means the flowers are sessile flowers. The peduncle is elongated. So this is the simple raceme. Next one type of the raceme is this is a simple spike. Okay. Next type of the spike is compound spike. Here, what is the meaning of compound? The main axis is branched, bears sessile flower. Sessile flower, it is the characteristic of inflorescence spike. Okay. So the main axis is branched, bears sessile bracteate flowers in acropetal succession. For example, wheat, rice, grasses. So similar thing has been happened. The main axis is branched, flowers are sessile, bracteate and arranged in acropetal succession, means older at the base, younger at the apex. For example, wheat, rice, grass. So this is the diagram of compound spike, where the flowers are sessile, bracteate, arranged in acropetal succession, older at the base, younger at the apex. For example, wheat, here wheat, grasses. So the individual spike, here this is the individual spike, it is shown in this picture, spikelet of grass. So this is about the compound spike. Example is wheat, which is very common. Grass, any grass, that also shows such type of inflorescence. Compound spike, older at the base, younger at the apex. Flowers are sessile, okay, arranged in acropetal succession. This is compound spike. Next type is the catkin. So this is a spike-like inflorescence in which flowers do not have pedicel and the main axis is elongated and branched. It is like the spike. So what are the characteristics of the spike? The flowers do not have pedicel, means flowers are sessile, main axis is elongated and unbranched. Catkin has only male or female flower. They occur in many woody trees such as hazelnut and willow. So this is a catkin inflorescence. It is like a cat tail. It is like a cat tail. The flowers on the catkin inflorescence are either of male flowers or female flowers. So flowers are unisexual, either male flowers or female flowers. It is like the spike, means the flowers are sessile, main axis is elongated and unbranched. It is looks like a cattail, so the name is catkin. For example, hazelnut, willow, acalypha. So these are the photographs. Acalypha, this is a very common ornamental plant where the inflorescence is catkin type. The main axis, that is the peduncle, is elongated. The flowers are sessile. Okay, here is the plant hazelnut. The inflorescence is the catkin type. It is looks like a cat tail, so the name is catkin. This inflorescence bears either male flowers or female flowers. So this is catkin inflorescence. Okay, got it? Next, this is the spadix. So this is a modified type of spike inflorescence in which the peduncle is thick, stout and fleshy. So all these types are comes under the category main axis is elongated. Okay, the spike is characterized by the modification of the spike inflorescence in which the peduncle is thick, stout and fleshy. The flowers are unisexual and sessile, borne on the same axis. Usually the peduncle bears the upper male, lower female and the middle sterile flowers. So in this diagram we can see this. The flowers present at the lower side, these are the female flowers. These are the male flowers, and in between this there are the presence of sterile flower. The whole inflorescence has been covered by a bract called as the spathe. The whole inflorescence is covered by a large fleshy bract known as spathe, for example arum. Okay, so that type of inflorescence is the spadix inflorescence, where the peduncle, it is elongated but it is thick, stout and fleshy. The arrangement of the flowers lower are female flowers, upper are the male flower, okay, and the middle are the sterile flowers. So here the sterile flowers has been present. The whole inflorescence is covered by a bract called as the spathe. So this is the characteristic of inflorescence spadix, where a large bract which completely surrounds the inflorescence. The type of the inflorescence is the spadix, that is the simple spadix. So this is the photograph of arum inflorescence, where the whole inflorescence is surrounded by a large bract called as spathe. The flowers present towards lower side are female, towards upper side are male, and in between there are sterile flowers. The flowers are unisexual and sessile and borne on the same axis or borne on the same peduncle. Next type is the mixed spadix. So this is the case of banana. In banana, spadix inflorescence is very large. Each node of floral axis bears fleshy and colored spathe. Okay, so in this case the spathe is fleshy and colored, so it is called as mixed spadix. For example, banana. So this is the photograph of banana, where the spathe, that is the large bract which is colored and fleshy. Okay, so this is the mixed spadix. So spadix, that is the simple spadix and mixed spadix. This inflorescence is characterized by the fact that the peduncle is fleshy, stout. Okay, second thing, the flowers are sessile and the whole inflorescence is covered by a large bract called as spathe. So the name is spadix, simple spadix. For example, arum, compound spadix, that is the banana. Sorry, mixed spadix, that is the banana. Next to this is the compound spadix. So the name compound means the main axis is branched, the whole inflorescence is covered by a woody spathe. Here the spathe which is woody, for example coconut palm. Okay, so this is the peduncle on which the sessile flowers has been arranged. The main axis, that is the peduncle, it is branched. Older flower at the base, younger flower are at the apex, that is the acropetal succession, which is the characteristic of racemose type of inflorescence. So that was also seen in the compound spadix, but the main character is the main axis is branch and the whole inflorescence has been covered by a woody spathe. Okay, woody spathe that was found in the coconut and palm. So these are the photographs. So in coconut we can see that this is the spathe which completely covers the inflorescence. The inflorescence type, it is the compound spadix where the peduncle is branched and the whole inflorescence is covered by a woody spathe. Similar is the case in palm also. We can see this. This is the spathe which completely covers the inflorescence and the peduncle is branched. Okay, this is compound spadix. Next, so this is the umbel. So this is the second criteria where the main axis is shorter. So this we can see in the next lecture where the peduncle or main axis is shortened and the various types of racemose inflorescences. Okay, thank you. Stay home, stay safe.